At exactly 10:47 this morning, Britain's Prime Minister was humiliated on the world stage, and more than 2 million people watched it happen live. Elon Musk just demolished Keir Starmer in a public confrontation that left Westminster spinning, markets crashing, and Labour's grip on power hanging by a thread. This wasn't a debate, it was a collision between old politics and new power. 3 days ago, Starmer stood before cameras confident, defiant, and announced his digital sovereignty bill, a sweeping set of regulations that would force social media companies to pay a sovereignty tax on British user data. He spoke with certainty. The era of tech billionaires exploiting British citizens, he said, ends today. Those words were meant to project strength. Instead, they lit the fuse, because Elon Musk didn't bow, didn't negotiate, didn't blink. From Twitter headquarters in San Francisco, he launched a counterattack so brutal, so unexpected, that it sent shockwaves across global markets. In a live press briefing, Musk revealed what he claimed were classified UK government documents. Proof, he said, that Labour had been secretly planning to monitor and censor political speech ahead of next year's election. They don't want regulation, Musk declared. They want control over what British citizens can read, watch, and say. The moment those words hit the internet, everything changed. Within hours, the pound collapsed 4.3%, the steepest one-day drop since Brexit. Tech stocks went into freefall. Pension funds lost billions in value overnight. Former Bank of England advisor Timothy Harrington called it, quote, the most damaging 24 hours for UK financial credibility in a decade. But while the powerful traded blows, ordinary Britons felt the pain. Real people. Real losses. Margaret Thornberry, a 73-year-old retired nurse from Sunderland, spent 14 hours on a hospital trolley with a broken hip. I paid into the system for 51 years, she said softly. Now when I need help, there's nothing. Her heating bill has tripled since last winter. Her pension hasn't moved an inch. And while she struggles, ministers toast champagne under chandeliers. Government spending records revealed £12,000 spent on Downing Street wine receptions last month alone. 3 cabinet ministers claimed £47,000 in entertainment expenses during the last quarter, enough to pay a pensioner's heating bill for 23 years. The hypocrisy is staggering. And then, something no one saw coming. During yesterday's Privy Council meeting at Buckingham Palace, King Charles himself broke royal protocol in spectacular fashion. With ministers sitting stiff in their chairs, he spoke with quiet authority. Britain's greatest strength has always been its freedom of thought and open debate. Any attempt to restrict that freedom endangers the very foundation of our democracy. The statement was short, but the message was unmistakable, a royal rebuke aimed squarely at the government. Palace insiders later confirmed the king had reviewed the Musk documents before they became public and was deeply alarmed. That night, he reportedly spent 3 hours with constitutional experts discussing the monarchy's duty to defend free speech. Royal historian Lady Amelia Blackwood called it the boldest royal intervention since the abdication crisis. For Starmer, it was a nightmare. The optics were catastrophic. The crown, the markets, and the public all aligned against him. Inside Labour headquarters, panic spread like wildfire. Leaked WhatsApp messages from senior MPs show a party fracturing from within. 17 MPs urged Starmer to withdraw the bill before it destroyed them. Trade unions, the party's financial lifeblood, released a joint warning that the regulations could wipe out British tech jobs. They stopped short of cutting funding, but promised to review contributions. Translation: Labour's campaign money was about to evaporate. Meanwhile, online, the backlash exploded. The hashtag Musk via Starmer trended globally for 19 straight hours, with more than 7.8 million posts. A Snap YouGov poll showed 64% of Britons siding with Musk, including half of Labour's own supporters. In Manchester, Birmingham, and Glasgow, thousands flooded the streets chanting, "Hands off our internet." It wasn't partisan anymore. It was cultural, generational. Inside Number 10, chaos reigned. Ministers clashed in corridors, advisors shouted behind closed doors. Home Secretary Yvette Cooper reportedly threatened to resign. Chancellor Rachel Reeves was overheard saying Starmer had completely miscalculated Musk's influence. Late night, war rooms were formed with grim names like damage control and crisis management. One aide described the scene during Prime Minister's questions. Starmer's hands shaking, voice breaking, papers trembling. He looked, they said, like a man watching his career collapse in real time, but behind the scenes, a darker revelation was brewing. Newly leaked documents suggested Labour knew exactly how unpopular the censorship plan would be. Internal polling, marked strictly confidential, showed 76% of voters opposed any government limits on social media. Starmer was warned repeatedly, yet he pushed forward anyway. One former advisor recalls him saying, "They'll thank us later." Another remembers an even colder line, "Sometimes leadership means protecting people from their own ignorance." Now, those words may destroy him. 3 former cabinet ministers have confirmed the authenticity of those documents to the Sunday Times. The paper is preparing an expose featuring sworn testimonies from civil servants who witnessed the Prime Minister to ignore every warning. And as Labour scrambles, One man is seizing the moment, Nigel Farage. At a rally in Birmingham this morning, he thundered to a roaring crowd, "When governments fear citizens speaking freely, citizens should fear their government." Keir Starmer thinks you're too stupid to decide what information you can handle. The cheers were deafening. Reform. UK's poll numbers have surged to 22%, just 6 points behind. Labour's collapsing. For the first time since Brexit, Farage isn't a protest vote, he's a contender. And Musk has noticed. The billionaire retweeted Farage's speech to his 157 million followers with the caption, "Britain deserves better leadership." Now, Farage is promising what he calls a tech-powered political revolution across Britain's industrial heartlands. He's pledging to use artificial intelligence and blockchain to create a direct democracy platform where voters can instantly record their opinions on national policy. Why wait 5 years to be heard, he asks, when your voice should matter every single day? The idea has electrified younger voters who once dismissed his party as outdated. Meanwhile, the markets continue to bleed. The FTSE 100 closed down 3.2%. 5 major tech companies have paused or cancelled UK investment plans worth more than £8 billion. JP Morgan downgraded Britain's investment outlook to cautious for the first time since the pandemic, and tomorrow, Parliament reconvenes with whispers of a no-confidence vote echoing through Westminster's halls. Labour insiders know what's coming. One strategist put it bluntly, "It's not about if we retreat, it's about how to survive the retreat." Britain is watching a political implosion unfold in real time. A once confident government now reduced to firefighting scandal after scandal, cornered by a billionaire who outmaneuvered them at their own game. The old order of politics is colliding with the borderless, uncontrollable world of global technology. At the center of it all stands Keir Starmer, isolated, exhausted, and increasingly out of touch with the people he vowed to protect. His crusade to control the internet has backfired spectacularly, turning him into the very thing his voters despise, an elitist telling the public what's safe to know. So now, Britain faces a choice. Did Starmer just destroy his own career in a misguided crusade against free speech? Or did he accidentally unite the nation against government overreach? Will the king intervene again to defend the principle of open debate? And is Elon Musk truly the champion of free expression, or just another billionaire defending his empire under the banner of liberty? The answers to those questions will shape the future of British democracy. One thing is certain, this story isn't over. Tomorrow, new revelations will emerge, including which American politicians are quietly backing Musk in this escalating global war over digital freedom. Until then, Britain stands at a crossroads, its politics shaken, its economy rattled, and its people asking a question no leader ever wants to hear. Who really runs this country? The government in Westminster, or the new emperors of Silicon Valley? Stay tuned, because the next 48 hours could decide the fate of a prime minister and the future of free speech itself.